Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we need to get out of the conciliation phase here, for sure. So we're looking like we're going to go to the compromise phase, and that gives us what things here? Proceed slower, but at least we can convert faith. So that's something, anyway. We'll proceed forward, and apparently there's a surprise oath happening here in our feast. We'll have everyone gain 5 opinion of us. That seems fine for now. And sure, we could become closer to making friends. Yeah, and we did make a friend. Fantastic. Any way this happens, a duke dies here. My silence has a price. We're going to take gold from that. And we're going to lose 30 stress as well, which is a pretty big deal. The wine merchant should be in town. We don't have 450 gold. Yikes. That's not great for our stress. Can we get 450 gold? I mean, possibly, but I think we have to resolve this before we can tick forward. I don't think this is a timeout situation. Yeah, it's completely paused. So we cannot do this. We have to take the 68 stress. That is very painful. No doubt about that. We did get some gold out of it, so that's something. Okay, and with that, it's all done. We'll not lose stress, but since we're shy or reclusive. Okay, well, our stress is up there. No doubt about that. We're going to seclude ourselves, and we lose 30 stress. We're also going to lash out. And what do we get? We insult a random vassal and lose 30 additional stress. Okay, so that's something. We may actually need to go for a hunt. That may be required here. An education trait, skill points, and lifestyle experience for a university visit is very expensive. There's a university down over here. That's not too bad. Okay. So decreased gold cost, slightly increases activity success progress, and we get a random skill point. And Library of Knowledge will give us a book artifact. Okay, so that's very expensive. We're going to not do that at this moment, but it's good to know that that is indeed possible. We can demand a payment from this guy. I should not have done that. That was 68 stress. Okay, that's a whole lot of stress. So we're in transition right now, and we did gain additional taxes. The real question is, what can we do about this stress situation? That's a good question. As of right now, there's not a lot to be done, I think. So we're just going to get some upgrades going here wherever we can. I would like to get all of these upgrades underway. Sure, that looks good. We actually have a building slot here, and it's basically going to be militia camps. It's not amazing for that location, but I guess that's fine. We're going to get levying grounds constructed here shortly as well. Should we attend someone's event? Maybe. Or we could have our own hunt. That is definitely an option that we could do here. With the goal being stress loss. We're not employing a master of the hunt. So if we were to do this, we would probably want to head out over like this way. Something like that. That would be reasonably safe. We could certainly do flushing gangs and bump up our party size. That's 367 gold. Okay. So we'll tick forward here and we'll get some income. Bringing us up to 342. And we'll start this hunt just as soon as we get another tick. Sure, we'll be ready to quote-unquote fight. I don't think we're actually going to. But for the time being, we're going to head off on this hunt. And we have no beneficiary set up right now. We'll see what we end up doing there, but we're probably not going to end up doing anything. So we're looking to drop stress here, right? That is our primary goal behind this hunt. I would rather not spend gold on it, but we really do need to lose some stress. Our intent here is recreation, and hopefully, we manage to drop some stress. That would be ideal. Well, we're waiting for another 30 days until this begins, so that's fine. Let's upgrade our barracks over here. I would also like to come down over this way and upgrade a cattle pasture. So we're getting... hang on. Where was that hunt event at? There we go. We could seek the stag. And that'll be fine. Let's get out there. Our success chance is 70% right now. Raptor eggs, huh? Okay, so we could definitely get some poachers dealt with here. 225 gold? Do it. Yeah, we got it. Fantastic. So that's great. And the success chance is going to drop slightly here, but we need to lose as much stress as possible, right? That is our goal here. Attempt to ambush the stag with the bow? Yes. Okay, we're not going to gain stress. You'll head on back. We're still at 65% chance of success here. Unfortunately, the hunt did fail. Okay, we'll leave the adventure behind for now. We do lose a little bit of stress, but that wasn't a lot of stress reduction, sadly. We are going to get an upgrade going in our militia camps here, and we're just looking to keep these all... Okay, we lost a little bit more stress there as well. We're looking to keep these all constructing, if possible, which it really isn't entirely possible at this moment. And an upgrade here is pretty expensive. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need 169 additional gold for that. That's a lot. Hey, Pope, I don't suppose you have any gold. No, he's preparing for a crusade. Is this crusade going to be successful? Actually, maybe. Maybe. Yes, show this guy in and serve me well. That hello pause menu. That'll be absolutely fine. We are then going to come up over here and get an upgrade in this blacksmith. Looks good. We want to have additional upgrades going, of course, and this blacksmith upgrade will do just fine for the moment. Now, we are now in the compromise phase. Okay, so that's going to allow us to actually do faith conversions, even though it's going to be slow. We also need to be doing cultural conversions, and we should head down over here. There we go. So we want to end the struggle, right? But we can't do that until at least 75% of the de jure counties are Basque and Catholic. So that's going to be the goal here. And eventually this will be converted over. But that's going to apparently take 20 years, which is a lot. That's a whole lot. This ransom is acceptable, and we are going to construct over this way. Yes, that looks good. So additional constructions going in here are absolutely fine. But at this moment, ending the struggle is... It's really more of a medium-term goal, right? We need to be thinking about what a short-term goal might be here. Ending the struggle is not a short-term goal. So I think, given that situation... Okay, there's that crusade for Jerusalem. Do we want to just participate in this? Actually, we can straight up win this. Okay. We're going to raise all of our forces up over here. And we can win this on our own at this point. I'm not sure why basically no one decided to join in on this, but okay. We're going to hop down over here. Yeah, they've got 22,000 troops in total. So we're going to hop down. This is going to be kind of expensive for us to embark and head over. But this is going to get us a situation kind of like the Pomerania situation, where this guy is kind of related to us in an awkward sort of way. I don't know that it actually helps us all that much, but we could get some piety out of it. So that's not the worst thing. We are in debt right now, and we can demand payment from... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Stress. Stress! I keep forgetting that demanding payment is bad for us right now. It's usually not, but in this situation, it absolutely is. The gift of my company is bright enough. We don't want to spend 450 gold right now. I can tell you that. Okay, so we have a mental break, and we could have deserted halls, which is actually an interesting option here. Do it. So that drops us down a good amount. We do get a marshal, and that'll be this guy. Excellent. Everybody was kicked out of our halls. We just can't handle it. can we do any of these things at this point? No. And extorting subjects would get us a lot of stress. So for the moment, we don't want that. Eventually, we're probably going to be okay with it, but we need to work our stress down first. So, looking at this actual war here, that doesn't seem too bad, really. Okay, so I'm going to split off a siege force here. Something along the lines of this is all we're going to split off. And we're going to have this guy be in charge of it while we head down and see about doing some fighting down here. Now, they're going to try to run away. I think we catch some of that force. That is accurate. We don't catch the whole force. Okay, looks good. We're going to grab... Actually, War Profiteer here is decent. That'll put us quite positive in our monthly income. So that sounds great. Next, I want to let these guys lock in here, and we're going to wander down this direction. I would also like to come in and siege Jerusalem proper. We're at 84% war score, and we have all of the war contribution at this moment. So we're going to head up over here. We're going to siege down Jerusalem. We're going to fight them up over this way. This looks pretty over. Nobody else has even showed up, and we've got this under control. Cool. So we're going to come down over here. This siege should end the war, and it does. Wonderful. We just need to let the war actually end. Somebody turned up over here. We might not have 100% war contribution anymore. But let's see here. Yeah, excellent. So our house is on this throne. Perfect. I want to check in at Pomerania again. Okay, they've kind of branched off the house, but that's fine. No major concerns there. Now, of course, we can extort subjects. It's very painful for us. We did, however, get a lot of gold in our war chest. We're going to focus back on our realm. We're not going to play as Jerusalem here, although that would be an interesting thing at some point, to play as Christian Jerusalem in this time period. That would definitely be interesting. We're going to get a bunch of upgrades going with all of that gold that we just won. So that's looking good, and we'll get this windmill going. We could... She's 36. She didn't just become a woman. Okay, whatever. We're going to set aside these childish thoughts. And loyalty is worth more than levies. We're going to upgrade farms and fields. We're going to upgrade something over here, but we're lacking cash. Cool. Okay. This ransom is acceptable, and broadly, every ransom is acceptable at this point. Prisoners can be ransomed, and we're going to do exactly that. There's actually quite a lot of gold that we can ransom here, so that's good to know. We're going to ransom off all of those. Perfect. And we're going to get this blacksmith. There we go. So we're looking for interesting ways to drop our stress level, right? Our stress level was painful. No doubt about that. We're going to need to deal with that. Extorting subjects is something we should avoid doing at the moment, as much as that goes against every fiber of my being. But it should be avoided at this moment. So we're going to continue to upgrade over here. We need a little bit more gold here. This ransom is acceptable, and that gives us the gold to upgrade our levying grounds. Phenomenal. This castle could get additional upgrades, and I would be very interested in doing so. Now, the Pope definitely doesn't have gold at this moment. I want to check in. Is this guy endorsing us? Yes, but not maximally. We should work on swaying him for the time being. And I'm not going to pay gold. Okay. So that's all looking fine. I would love to get a blacksmith upgrade going here. This temple will require a blacksmith upgrade as well. How are we doing on our castle baileys? Okay. That's going to be here relatively soon. And we require 123 gold here. I'm so tempted to do this. Our daughter lost us some stress there. I can't pass it up. The gold is too good. Okay, we might end up dying from the stress, but at least we knew... Oh, we can seclude again. So we can actually do that, and we can also lash out, which is wonderful. So that drops our stress down nearly the entire amount that we got from extortion. Don't worry. We'll have everyone pay. So that's absolutely great that we actually timed that correctly. That was entirely by accident. We're going to upgrade this blacksmith, checking for additional locations here that aren't upgrading. This is one. And what else do we have over this way? So obviously we have quite a lot over here that isn't upgrading. We are struggling to keep all of these under construction, and that's not a surprise at this juncture. Yes, show in this guy in his 130 gold. Wonderful. So that is absolutely great. Yes, show in this guy in his 90 gold. That allows us to upgrade this stable, I guess. Why are we upgrading the stable? Okay, well, we should have upgraded something that would give us actual cash. That would have been good. Our heir has come of age. All we have right now is daughters. And our spouse is 44, so that's unlikely to change anytime soon. Okay. So in that case, we likely do have some succession issues, but we can deal with these. This isn't the biggest of deals. We need to find a spouse here, and this needs to be someone who is ideally not 60. What do we got? Not anything amazing in terms of ages here. These guys are all very old. Here's somebody who's, I guess, reasonable. Sure. That seems fine. And this should be a matrilineal marriage. Okay. So we'll get that going. No problem whatsoever there. Excellent. And of course, we're going to look to continue to construct over here. This is going to need to be probably militia camps. Yeah. And that's fine for now. We've got a lot of structures to continue to build here. No doubt about that one. We could certainly build something here. This is within the economic duchy, correct? Correct. Okay, so we'd be looking to do something along the lines of windmills, water mills. Both of those would be okay. I'm just thinking here, the holding taxes as opposed to the supply limit is probably better for us, given our current number of building slots. But for the time being, this is going to be good enough. We're definitely going to have more building slots. That's for sure. Building slots in this, like, not really this version of the game, but they've kind of quasi-recently overhauled building slots, and it's a lot different now. I'm not sure if it's better or worse. It's just different. Building slots used to just exist, and you had what you had. That's not the case anymore. We did just discover land grants, so that's fine. We're working our way towards the opportunity phase, which is a better phase for us, for sure. We would definitely prefer opportunity phase. But we can get an upgrade going over here. That looks great. We can get an upgrade here as well. Wonderful. We would love to be getting more gold income, naturally. So we're done in this county for the moment. This bishopric would need an upgrade. We can certainly get that going. Zaragoza is needing upgrades as well. We need a concentric castle here. 237 gold on that. That's a fair amount of gold. That's for sure. Let's move on. I don't want to spend gold. We are just getting very little stress reduction. There's no doubt about that. Almost none is coming in here. I'm going to upgrade this castle. That'll keep that busy for a bit anyway. So that'll be absolutely fine. Prestige from a completed building looks good. Of course, we're completing buildings over here, so that means we're not currently constructing in all of these locations, right? So we've got locations like this where it's just not building. That's to be expected. Okay, up here in Madrid, we can certainly upgrade this hunting ground and make ourselves a little bit more money. We're making 141.3 right now. Of course, the fact that we are generous is not ideal. Not ideal at all for that one. How are we doing on our conversion here? About 25% done and about 50% done with the cultural conversion? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. We're hoping that some of our vassals are doing some conversions themselves as well here. That would be ideal. We're getting close to having all of this converted over to Basque, but we're not there quite yet. In Toledo, we could certainly upgrade our water mills, and we'll get that going. Cool. What else needs construction out over here? Well, obviously, we should build hunting grounds. That will, of course, make us more money. A king does not fish. Mostly because it will not reduce our stress level. It will increase our stress level. So we're very, very focused right now on dropping stress. That said, a death at this point is not the worst thing. We would have to take back some territory. Sure, this is fine. We would have to take back some territory because our succession would be slightly awkward. But that's definitely a thing we could think about doing. I would also potentially think about declaring wars out over here. We do have holy wars available. We could even holy war for kingdom out here. And that's an interesting option. That would cut into these guys pretty heavily. They're not all that strong. So assuming they don't get a huge amount of allies, this should be a doable thing. I think we declare this. That gets us pretty much what we controlled in the Imperator game, although we had a little bit down over here as well. So that nearly gets us rebuilt there, although we would want to definitely rebuild our Empire title. Let's raise all of our forces up here. Actually, let's not. I've changed my mind on that. Yes, stand down. There we go. We're going to raise our men-at-arms, and we're going to raise levy troops. And I'm only going to raise up about 25k levy troops. So we're going to stop gathering these guys, and we're going to head on in. Now, somebody did join that war. They've got about 22,000. Seems good. We can grab detailed ledgers here, which we're actually, we maybe should have gotten golden aplomb, but it's fine. Reason being, we have stress, right? So that would have boosted our income up a decent amount. We should do that next time we get a lifestyle perk, which that's pretty quick. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so over we go. Where are their forces is the question. Here. Okay. That's an interesting place for them to be. I'm not sure why they're there. That's definitely not, in my opinion, a useful place for them to be. We can then embark and head up over here. We'll be recently disembarked, but that should be, I think, okay. The real question is, do they have enough troops to also be down here and threaten our siege force? With these guys visible, the answer is no. Okay, so they're all up over here. That looks good. So we're going to come up and fight them. They're going to, of course, pile in here, but I don't think they win that. Maybe they do. We are being maybe a little bit greedy here, but no, they don't. They were too late. So that's all good. They're going to probably re-embark as they retreat. Yeah, that's broadly the situation here. So we should probably re-embark as well. That's going to be somewhat expensive. But we should definitely be over here to support our siege force at this point. So that'll be fine. I'm not sure. They're actually disembarking over here. Oh, and they're retreating directly there. We can catch them straight up here. I don't know why they're here. That's a weird place to retreat to, but you don't get to control that. Sometimes you just retreat to a weird place. Not much to be done about it. So we're going to head up over this way. This siege is going to be done very soon here. They're actually fighting us here, which is interesting. So we're going to repel from the window away from our surprise birthday party, and now we're unpredictable. Perfect. We don't want to have a surprise birthday party because of the stress involved, right? So that'll be fine. His vain attempt at gaining glory is laughable. We're being kind of rude to everybody right now, and the reason for that is because our traits make it so we have to. But this war is virtually over. This siege may end it. May. It's not a guarantee. 99%. Battle? Battle. Okay, so this will end it. That's absolutely fine. They're not going to win this battle, obviously. So there we go. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Now, all of this territory, of course, needs to be granted out. We are at 27 out of 9 domain limit. So we're going to grant all of these out to various nobles. We'll see if this puts us above our vassal limit. We have not really started giving out even duchy level titles yet. We have a couple of dukes, but we haven't started making and granting out duchy level titles. So we're going to have all of these be granted out to people who are Catholic and Basque in the hope that they actually convert this. But this is not actually relevant to ending the struggle. So that's absolutely fine. We're at 13 of 9. Sure, we've got these over here, and then there should be one down here. Yes. Cool. So that puts us back at 9 of 9. We're actually surprisingly not above our vassal limit, although that'll change pretty soon. We've got a lot of vassals. A lot of vassals. And we're not necessarily better off to have a lot of vassals, but for the time being, this will do. We're going to go through and get some of these structures upgrading because we've got a fair amount of gold to spend, but that's not going to take very long. We can spend this gold incredibly quickly, and it's gone, just like that. It is now time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to continue to work on getting rid of the Iberian struggle, but that's, like I said, a medium-term goal. So we're going to have other short-term goals beyond that. One of them probably involves taking this over. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.